I think the problem that we have in Nigeria, especially maybe throughout Africa, is we have not been able to recognize religion as religion and then culture as culture. Well, with the introduction of the modern religion, our culture is considered ritual, and even the possible aspects of our culture have been demonized, and the competition between the forces is not, I think under such competition, this weakens our cultural vibes and heritage. Right from casting for this film, there were some of the artists that we auditioned, their religion will forbid them taking part in a film like this. I think Bukola, can explain how she was able to separate her. She's a Christian, and to see culture as culture and her work as an actress. Most people cannot do that. Inevitably. You want to say something?
Yeah, like we all know, like I learned in school, acting is just an imitation of life, not life itself. The Aruba real life is a calabash carrier for Oshogbo Festival. Bukola Oyemi is a Christian by religion and an actress. So I just had to imitate the Oshogbo calabash carrier in the movie. That doesn't stop me from being a Christian. No, that's just the addition. Thank you.
Okay, there is a good gentleman over here. Yes.
Congratulations. Welcome to New York. In the movie, there's a hidden message here, obvious to some of us anyway. When you try to address the corruption and the hierarchy of the society, we can also, where the head is like it's a hypocrite, because condemning other people while his hand is the cookie jar.
Well, these are, when I open the Nigerian newspaper, these are things that I find, things that confront me, and inevitably, these are part of my day-to-day experiences in life. And I think it's a question of the structure itself, perhaps not the fault of sometimes the leader, but it's impossible unless the structural, there's structural reform. I think between the time we made this film last year and this year, what happened even within the last 3 months in Nigeria, the film is just child's play. It's come to a point where the reality, has overtaken fiction. We don't know which one anymore. One might just be tempted to take the camera and just go to the House of Assemblies and take these things and release it, without bothering to act. I mean, that's the society today.
Yes, please.
My question is more about language, and because I see in the movie you guys predominantly speak Yoruba with subtitles in English. Why did you guys choose to do that? Number one, because first of all, not everybody from Nigeria is Yoruba. I'm from Nigeria, but I didn't really understand it because I'm from Cross River and it's totally different. An outsider watching the movie would probably think that Yoruba is the main language. That's why I'm trying to ask: is there a significance as to why y'all predominantly spoke Yoruba and had subtitles in English?
Well, I believe in indigenous cultural expression. I believe that if there is Chinese film in Chinese, or Japanese film in Japan film in Japanese, I don't see anything wrong in using our indigenous languages and culture.
Nigeria is diverse, but if you're trying to address issues that pertain to Nigeria as a whole. There's Yoruba, there's Hausa, there's Igbo, there's the Tivs. I'm not trying to dispute that. What I'm trying to say is that is there a significance as to why you predominantly chose to, use Yoruba?
I'm Yoruba.
Yoruba?
Yes, I am Yoruba, and I was brought up in the culture and in that environment. Therefore, it's impossible for me to express myself in any other language. So it's I would support any of the indigenous languages and culture in Nigeria and work with them. There are certain things, not just the language, but even the body language, that cannot be conveyed in any other language, English, anything, except the original language, of that culture of Yoruba. And otherwise, what will be lost will be too much.
In an industry where there is commercial drive and there is also the drive to maintain the integrity of the culture of the people you are supporting, of where you come from, a lot of filmmakers go through the challenge of making a choice of commercial choice. In other words, shooting a film based on commercial motivation, looking at issues like, for instance, language, where you know that the language may not cut across some audience, so you want to go with the commercial choice. But some filmmakers, just like yourself, insist on culture and taking it to the end, knowing that at the end of the day, even if the commercial extent is not reached, the cultural extent is reached. So my point is there anything you can say to encourage, I am sure there are other filmmakers here who have that challenge of choosing between commercial motivation and the motivation to respect and promote the culture of where they come from?
My motivation also is commercial. I want you to understand that. And I'm aware, of course, that there are 50 million Yorubas in Nigeria and in diaspora and West Africa. A percentage of that would be, in fact, more than some other countries. And having said that, I do believe that commercially, the people making English in English language may not actually sell as much as I do. Because I'm aware, of course, I know that there are other cultures outside of Nigeria who are interested in what we're doing. But this is just a choice. I've tried. I've worked in English language as well. I've done Thunderbolts, Campus Going, the Narrow Path. But I've noticed, but my problem is I never break even. I never make the money back. The films that I make in the indigenous language and culture do better commercially than the ones that I've attempted in English language.